praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. We want to give double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and say peace, mercy, and blessings to all the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means He exists or He is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahushai, which means He is the deliverer, right? And we are the Hebrew Israelites. Today we're being called Negroes, Black, African American, Colored, West Indian, Haitian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Seminole Indian, Latin, Hispanic. But we're those people that make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel, right? The self-proclaimed white man, the Caucasians, the Europeans, they are the Edomites according to the Bible, right? And according to Bible prophecy, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, right? Now today is the Sunday, November 3rd, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, right? As our apostles so coined it. And we are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, things is just gonna get worse and worse. It's gonna have a snowball effect. You know, and also, it being November 3rd, we're just 2 days away from the elections, you know? So it's still a lot of controversy surrounding that. You got lots of ballot boxes being burned. You got intimidation threats. You know, Esau pulling out machetes. You know, people pulling out bats and shit. You know, we're living in the days of violence. You know, bring out this precept. You can get that article. This is Genesis chapter 6. This is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. So, as we know, what did Yahushua say? All right, during the times of His return, earth is going to be in such days, you know, like it was in the days of Noah. So, what was happening during the days of Noah? Extreme violence, you know, vanity, theft, murder, you know, all such things that we see now, but it's much more on a higher level with the technology being advanced and increased, and especially with the internet, the unicorn, because now we're able to see people's wickedness. We're able to see these horrors. You know, you got women, you know, having sex about, what, 200 men in 14 hours, you know? We're able to see the wickedness of the black woman, the wickedness of Esau, the devil is being exposed, you know? Genesis 6 verse 11, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. 12, and the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And it's even worse now, because now what you have, changing of kinds, mutilating children, disorder in marriages. You know, the scripture says that a woman shall compass a man. You know, so in these times you got women usurping authority over men, female judges, female police officers, female pastors. You know, you even have some women that may know they're Israelites. They're on TikTok teaching, YouTube teaching. You know, shit is bad out here, man. Verse 12 says, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is before me. So when you deal with the first flood, that's the first death, man. And the Most High took out a lot of people. All right, the scripture says only 8 people survived that flood. Noah, his wife, his sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and their wives, right? And as it's written in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, it says of speaking about of Adam, of him come we all. But then there's a chosen lineage, which that chosen came out of Shem, which Shem goes into name or reputation, you know. Genesis 6 and 13, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. And what did the Most High had Noah to do? He instructed them to start building the ark. You know, so right now we're spiritually building the ark, you know, because we're trying to escape the second death, which will be Babylon burning. Okay, because the Most High is going to allow so many arrows, as the scriptures calls them, right? Which now in modern times, They're being called ICBMs, nuclear missiles. They even have nukes on submarines. Okay, so many missiles are going to hit this place to where it looks like a lake of fire. Okay, so that's what it means. Hell and death were cast into the lake of fire, because no one actually dies and burns underground in a place called hell. Hell is just a condition of extreme suffering, such as slavery. You have people doing 50 plus years in prison. They're in hell, man. Hell is a state of suffering. When you die, that's actually when you're at rest. That's actually when you're at peace. And when you die, you get judged for the things that you've done in your body. And then you become reincarnated, meaning back incarnate in the flesh. Most High sends you back down, then you live out your judgment, man. Part of our judgment was what? We went off worshiping idols, false gods. So Most High sent us back in slavery, hardcore captivity. This is the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke 17. And verse 26. Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, right, which that's talking about the days of Noah. All right, and we just read about the days of Noah, man. When the earth was filled with idolatry, violence, people being lovers of themselves. Same thing we got going on today. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. 27, they did eat. Right now you have our people, what are they doing? They're having weddings. Pretty much the scripture tells you to, it's better to go down to the house of mourning rather than the house of feasting, roughly paraphrasing. But you have a lot of Israelites, a lot of our people, they be in that spirit. Like a few years ago, Sakari had Passover at the damn strip club, man. They're in the house of feasting, so they did eat. A lot of our people having a whole bunch of celebrations. Well, later this month, we're gonna have what? Thanksgiving. So that's them eating. Then Christmas, you have the different Christmas dinners, which these are so-called holidays of the world. But these holidays are smoking the Most High's nose, man. This is Luke 17 and 27. They did eat, they drink, right? That's what our people are doing, especially in the hood. There's liquor stores all over, man. They married wives. They were given a marriage, right? And pretty much nowadays, nobody's really getting married like that. But as far as the act of sex, there's a lot of adultery going on. It's a very adulterous and wicked generation, to where you will have a woman, but then, another man, he'll purposely have sex with your woman just to vex you. And that's pushed throughout what? The music industry, things of that nature. Luke 17 and 27, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So pretty much, these people, they're going to continue with their daily life. They're going to continue celebrating Thanksgiving. They just had Halloween. Grown-ass men, women wearing costumes. And that's just another day for a woman to show how slutty she can dress, man. Because whatever costume they put on, that's them being their true self. And what do a lot of these women dress up as? They dress up as slutty nurses, demons, witches, a bunch of whores, It says, until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. So the same thing, these people are going to be blinded. But really, it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua blinded them, man. So Most High got these people blinded. It's going to go about with their life. They're gonna go about with their daily life, you know, marrying, you know, committing adultery, drinking, smoking, going out to eat, going to church on Sunday, and then one day the flood gonna come. The modern day flood is gonna come by what? By fire this time. All right, and it's gonna enter in the way through what? The third woe, which the third woe is talking about World War III. Now, what did Trump say on Joe Rogan's podcast? He said, you know, there are prophets that prophesied the end is going to come about in the Middle East. So who is he talking about? He's talking about the men of the Lord, man. He's talking about apostles and elders, because that's what we've been saying. You know, we've been saying that once you Edomites, you go into Persia, which is Iran, it's a wrap, you know? This is Luke 17 and verse 28. And as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. And you know, right now, we're in spiritual Sodom. Because when you think about Lot, you think about what? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So what kind of actions were they doing in Sodom and Gomorrah? Homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, okay? All of these things are put upon a pedestal in Babylon the Great. To the point now, you can't work a job without seeing a so-called stud. Because that's a woman who dresses up like she's a dude, acts like a dude, you know?
Yeah, man, I work a whole, man. There's a lot of the work where I work at. We got our professional supervisor. She's hiring all the fellas in there, man. That just makes it hard.
And you know what? It seemed like they get the promotions quick. These alphabet people,
yeah,
especially women, they put in these jobs, man, they put the woman over the man real quick, man. You know? Especially if they're a mo. You know, they'll give you a damn medal of honor if you come out the closet in this place. But this spiritual Sodom in Egypt, you know? Luke 17 and verse 28, it says, likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded, right? What did Esau say? Throw the Most High, throw down, I'm going to rebuild. Right now he's building up camps, FEMA camps. You got these hurricanes, Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene. You know, you just had that flood over there in Spain. Big ass mudslide, man. 2,000 of people missing, hundreds of people killed. You know?
So they found motherfuckers suffocated in mud.
That's horrible.
Right.
And that shit came out of nowhere too.
Right.
You know? Swept them, but that's spiritual though. Because that's how judgment comes. It's gonna come out of nowhere and hundreds, thousands of people just gonna start dying, man. You know? Luke 17 and 28. Likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. This time that fire and brimstone is going to be what? Nuclear missiles, man. Nukes. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. Got that?
All right, quick,
Oh, go ahead.
this is just to land back on what you were saying earlier about when you die, you don't go to hell and burn forever, you at rest. So this is 1 Samuel 28:15.
Beautiful.
And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me?
Right, because Samuel, he did his time. He served the Lord. He was a prophet. You know, he's an honorable man. But then he had sons, and the sons were not like him. You know, so what did they do? They sought out a king, which is pretty much a judge. Then he anointed Saul, but you know, Saul began to not obey the Lord. So he got the kingdom took from him, and it was given unto David. You know, so it came a time where Saul, the Most High, stopped answering him. He didn't answer him through prayer. He didn't answer him through a dream. He didn't answer him through prophet. So what did he do? He sought out a witch, which they have power on the left-hand side. They actually conjured up the spirit of Samuel. You know, so read again.
So this is First Samuel 28 and 15. And Samuel said to Saul, "Why hast thou disquieted me?"
Right, why you disquieted me, man? I'm resting.
Right.
Because that's the only time your soul is actually at peace.
Right.
You know, he in heaven chilling.
Right.
Saul fucking with him. You know?
And it goes on to say, "To bring me up." And Saul answered, "I am so distressed," like you just said, because the Lord wasn't answering him. "For the Philistines make war against me, and the Most High is departed from me, and answers me no more."
See, so he's felt the spirit leave him, man.
Right.
And that's a very terrible, scary feeling. Which is
Naked
what,
and afraid.
which is why Psalms 51.
Right.
You know, because what did King David say, man? Say, please don't take the Holy Spirit away from me. Because without the Spirit, you will go back into the world. You will be fucking getting your palm read, tarot cards and shit.
Right.
Because you don't got the Spirit no more. So you just backing in the darkness, man.
Up the grab.
You know?
Demons is gonna start attacking your ass. And it goes on to say, "Neither by prophets
Right, you
nor
know.
by dreams."
Right, the Most High answering by the prophets, which there was always a company of prophets. You know, there's lots of prophets that we might not know their name. They might not necessarily have a book, but that don't mean that they're, you know,
Right.
the prophets we know about, Habakkuk, Joel, you know, etc.
Right.
Those not the only prophets,
Right.
you know.
I think the scriptures tell you that it will make no end of it. If it went in to describe every account, every prophet, every event, like it will be no end to it.
Right, we pretty much have what we need, and
Right.
at the end of the day, all the prophets, they pretty much got the same revelation, you know, but they may have broke it down differently. They may have got it at different times, you know. But when you read Joel, it talks about the day of the Lord. You know, when you read Esdras, it talks about the day of the Lord. You know.
So the scriptures is what you would call like a core knowledge. It's the core of it surrounds everything we encompass.
Yeah, that's what the Most High gave us. You know, because a lot of our people, they'll go out and they might get the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jasher, but they haven't even read the Holy Bible yet.
Right.
You know, but they want to skip over that and jump into the Book of Enoch, and now they all messed up. You know, pretty much we have what we need with the Bible and the Apocrypha. You know.
The niggas ultimately want to be wicked. They want to seem deeper than thou, holier than thou. You know, so that's why they go into many books. And it's
Oh damn.
it says, "Nor by dreams, therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do."
So he was desperate, man. That's like extreme desperation. Like damn. You know, the Philistines hunting them. And Saul, he was a great warrior. You read, he talks about how he put down the Edomites and Philistines. So he was doing this thing, but he went off.
Yeah, I did want to bring that up. He was like an excellent, like he did great things
Yeah.
for Israel when he was righteous, was walking on the righteous path. But yeah, he was a warrior.
He's a great warrior, man.
Yeah.
The tribe of Benjamin, they some great warriors. Like we was talking about Ehud. You know, he stabbed Eglon, the fat Edomite.
Yeah.
He come from Benjamin.
Moabite. Yeah, was that Moabite?
Yep, I believe it's Moabite king.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it.
All right. So the precept that this is wait, keep going in that. My bad. You gotta keep going. Cause I believe it's gonna say I believe Samuel gonna tell him you and your son are gonna be with me. You know. So then that brings up the question. Okay, well, where's Samuel? Right. So wasn't Samuel a man of the Lord? So he couldn't have went to hell. You know. Got it.
That was how to get to the whole chapter.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and this is back in 1 Samuel 28 and 16, and it says, "Then said Samuel, Wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing Yahweh Shai is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy?
Keep going.
And Yahweh have done to him as he spake by me. For Yahweh have rent the kingdom out of thy hand and given it to thy neighbor, even to David.
Keep going.
Because thou obeyest not the voice of Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
Right. What did Samuel tell him? He said obedience is better than sacrifice.
Right.
You know?
Nor executeth his fierce wrath upon Amalek.
That's what really the Most High really got upset with him then, man.
Right.
Because he went to the Most High told him go smite Amalek.
Specifically.
Fuck them up.
Everybody.
You know?
Man and beast.
But now look at what Amalek is doing today.
Yeah.
They claim our nationality. They own every fucking thing.
Yeah.
See?
So this actually would have been, wouldn't this have been like Obadiah part 1 when he said we're gonna do away with Edom?
Yep.
Put them in a big bonfire. See? And it says, therefore has Yahweh done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, Yahweh will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines.
Right, so the Samuel told him, like, listen, the Most High gonna get you over to the Philistines and they're gonna put you to death.
In a snapshot. And here's the part you're talking about. And tomorrow shall thou and thy sons be with me.
So Jonathan, man. Jonathan was a righteous man. Jonathan's actually, even though he's Saul's son, which he's part of the house of Saul, he's actually part of the house of David, because he was joined with David. You know, it said the love that David and Jonathan had was more than that of a woman. And people would take that scripture and say, see, you know, those a bunch of homosexuals in the Bible. But that's not, it wasn't a homosexual relationship. It was a brotherly bond, right? Because the scripture does say a brother's born of adversity. So they went war together, they would hide it, they got clothes. You know, it said he gave them the clothes off his back, like took them under, you know.
Well, that's kind of what I was hitting on when our sister came up with a few camps ago. It's not impossible for you to love another woman as much or as equally as another woman, you know what I mean? And then that's the same love you might have for your father and your mother. It varies. It's like you love your father a certain way, you love your mom a certain way, your brothers, your sisters, you know, you may love them. So it's really, what they call it, there's no condition on love, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's wicked. They'll use that to just try to discredit the scriptures, try to make, you know what I mean, make a point, like, oh yeah, see, you know what I mean?
Really is a lesson on what? Brotherly love, bro. Scripture tells you that love thy neighbor as thyself. You know? From keep reading one more time.
And it says, verse 19, moreover, Yahweh will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shall thou and thy sons be with me.
So both Saul and Jonathan, they died in battle, you know, but they didn't go to hell, because that don't make sense, because Samuel didn't go to hell. He couldn't have, him being a man of the Lord. So that just proves that there's no such place as hell. That's actually Greek mythology, you know, heathen customs, fear tactics. You know, these fear tactics to do what? Gain control over the people, authority, get money. It's the same way today, you know.
And that also goes into showing you how the children can be judged for the sins of their father, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So by you being wicked, you could condemn your whole household.
Yeah, because the story of Achor, right? In the book of I believe it's in the book of Joshua, where the valley of Achor, where he took the Babylonian garment and the money. But the Lord told him don't touch nothing, don't take nothing of curse. So he did it. So Achor got to put to death his wife, his children, his whole house, man. You know, and that's why we are here. We want to get saved. We ain't trying to get destroyed.
Right.
These brothers out there with family, wives, children, you know.
And then on the flip side of that, by your righteousness, your whole household could be saved. They could be like, if you will, wicked, or however, you know what I mean? But they could be saved through your faith.
And what proves that? Noah.
Right.
Going back to Noah, you know.
Let's finish mentioning of, and it says, and thy sons be with me. Yahweh also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines.
Yep, that's the point. So this is Second Esdras 14 and verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. So how are you going to live again if you you burn in hell? In the world, I was taught if you die, you go to hell, you ain't getting out. You just down there eternally. But then when you actually read the scriptures, it tells you that our power, the Most High, Yahweh Hashem El Shai, is the merciful power. So then that will contradict the Most High's mercy by leaving us in hell forever. Second Esdras 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, meaning be made known, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So that's what's being done. You die, you go up to the Father, you get judged for the things that are done in your body, and that's why what happens? We repent, because all our righteousness is as filthy rags. Even Paul said, it's sin that dwelleth in me. So you're going to fall, man. That's why it's written. It says, none among the righteous that have not done amiss. Proverbs says, the righteous man falleth 7 times, but he gets back up. But it's the wicked who fall into mischief, man.
And that even fell on Yahushua and Solomon. He said that he had to pay for it.
That's a great example. Because it says, I believe when the Lord was prophesying unto David, he told him, if thy son sin, I'll chastise him with the rod of men. The Most High used the Romans to get Solomon, who came back as Yahushua. So he paid for the sins he did as Solomon, and for all of our sins, man. Got that article.
Washington National Guard evacuate ahead of election day.
Read the title of the website.
I did.
Okay, that's what it's from. No, it's from End Times. End Time Headlines. That's the website.
Yeah, End Times article.online.org. Washington National Guard activated ahead of election day. Washington government gave its announcement on Friday that he has activated the Washington National Guard to assist local law enforcement and the Washington State Patrol as needed to address any potential election-related arrests. This is cautionary measures comes in response to nationwide warning from U.S. Department of Homeland Security regarding threats to election and infrastructure, as well as a fire that was deliberately set, damaging and destroying hundreds of ballots in the drop box in Vancouver earlier this week.
So I believe that it happened in multiple parts of Babylon, man. You had them burning the ballots. Which that's alluding to what? Civil unrest. Because no matter who wins this election, there's going to be uproars of the people,
And I think they said that they had hundreds of ballots that was mailed in with no return addresses or something. So it's a lot of fraudulent ballots being sent out.
That's some bullshit anyway. You mail in your ballot. Back in the day, they used to go there in person. So now people are losing faith in the system. So you're gonna have a lot more people going to the poll in person, but then you're gonna have violence and shit breaking out at these polls because they're gonna have agent provocateurs in the midst.
I saw one story about that was covering who was that? I forgot who I was watching. They were saying that the person had went into the poll booth and they was pressing the button for Trump, but it kept popping to Kamala.
Yeah.
He got upset. Like they was like, I can imagine how upset he was because this is like the day where these people that are delusional can finally say, hey, I'm about to make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Use my
Look up the definition of vote in the online etymology. Vote. In the online etymology dictionary.
That shit was hilarious. He said that. You know what I mean? You pushing shit and it ain't working.
Well, they just fucking with people, man.
Right.
You know, because that just proves that your presidents aren't elected; they're selected. But they're giving you an illusion that your vote matters. You can get out there and do this and that. That's just an illusion. You know, really, they're gonna put in there whoever they want to put in there, man. You know, and whatever policies that they're lying to tell you that they're gonna do, they're not. It's the same rhetoric, man. They're not gonna do it. They go against their word. This is Deuteronomy 17 and verse 14. Deuteronomy 17 and 14. It says guidelines for a king of Israel. And this is actually prophecy, right? Because this came to pass during the time of Samuel. People cried out for a king, you know, which they were going off because the Most High is our king, you know. It says, when thou art come unto the land which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua thy power giveth thee, and shall possess, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua thy power shall choose. Right? And the Most High first chose Saul. Then he chose David. But the Lord chose. And he elected the prophet to go anoint him, man. You know? It says, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So you shouldn't be voting. You shouldn't be voting for Trump because he's a heathen. You know, Kamala, even though she might claim to be black, which, okay, she might be an Israelite. She's a woman. You know, a woman ain't supposed to be over rulership over our nation. You know?
Vote. Etymology online. Vote. Formally expression of one wish or choice with regards to a proposal or candidate. etc. from Latin, votum, vow, wish, promise, to God, solemn pledge.
See? A vow to a God. A lot of our people, Trump is their God. You know, you have niggas for Trump, you have ex-cons for Trump, you know, black women for Trump, Latinas for Trump.
So it's safe to say that voting is really idolatry.
That's idolatry. You know, you trying to put you putting a man over when the Most High. We got how about shit. That's why the Lord got mad when they asked for a king in the first place. You know,
that was our fear as the heathen.
exactly.
They wanted, because they had kings, dukes, you know, lords, if you will, over them. You know what I mean? So that was basically going into what was that? A monarchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got kingships. You know what I mean? And that then went into what? The Caesars, the diplomacy of the diplomats.
That's why they say that piece was diverse.
Exactly. And then going into the image, you got the lamb with two horns, but he spoke as a dragon. That two horns goes into his Democrat and Republican, right? Which during the ancient Roman Empire they were called plebeians and patricians, which one is always just normal class, regular living people, working class, and then the other ones as well, always the wealthy. You know, so they give tax breaks and they give benefits to the wealthy. They don't give a shit about, you know, the lower hanging fruit, so to speak. You know, was that it? A little more.
I think we call it nepotism too. When you look look out for your own people.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. A solemn pledge, dedication, noun, use of a nurture or votus, past, particular, or a participle of a worry, to promise, dedicate. See vow, the meaning, truly a voter of a certain class or type is from 1888.
Right. So when you go into vote, it actually goes into vow. But who does one make vows to? You make a vow to your God, right? Us coming out here, doing the work, is putting our hands to the plow, is us likening them to making a vow to the Most High, which is why we have to then keep that vow. Because if you don't, then the Most High will take you out.
Like
You know?
the Nazarene vow. They had vow to not drink the blood of grapes. Shave their head off, hair off.
Yep. So vows, vote goes back to vows. Vows are very serious.
Yeah.
You know, which it makes sense why they're expecting so much violence, because a lot of people feel like they can't vote, which really they feel like they're not being heard.
Yep.
So that's going to cause frustration, man. So, you know, you're going to have uppers of the people, you know. This is 1 Samuel 8. It says Israel's demand for a king. Right, it was our people. They're in the spirit of Caesar's their king, man. Going back to when they said give us Barabbas. You know, going back to the ancient 2,000 years ago, man. Going back to the days when Yahushua was on the scene, what did they say? We have no king but Caesar. You know?
They got the malefactor.
Well, that's during the same frame. But it's still dealing with when they gave the Lord up to Pilate.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it was their it was their tradition to let somebody go free
Right.
at a certain period. I think
Right.
right before the election.
Right. So Pontius Pilate, he really didn't want to. He really didn't want to put the Lord to death, so to speak. But the Jews kept pushing.
Yeah.
You know.
He was like, yeah, this blood is not on my hand.
He actually knew that was the king. He said, "Should I free your king?" And then that's when they said, "No, we don't have no king but Caesar."
Yeah. And that's what they were trying to persecute him for, to give him over to the Romans. They were saying he was saying he was the king. That was kind of like, you know, blasphemy back then if you said somebody else was the king.
Sedition.
Sedition, exactly. Yeah.
They're doing that to us now. They're saying we call ourselves Israelites, true Jews, so even our own people persecute us. They're going to send you up to get afflicted for the judges of our people.
That's just like what they did Moses. Well, the one guy, he said, "You gonna slave me like you did Egyptian?"
Walking around,
You know?
find out.
So that's the spirit our people be in, man. You know. This is 1 Samuel 8:1. It reads, "And it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of the firstborn was Joel, and the name of the second Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways." So a righteous man can have wicked children. You know, just because you got sons don't mean they're gonna be like you. You might want them to, but they can go off. They can take bribes. You know, they can pay people off. To worship heathens. They could be wicked, man.
Like, they be like on some shit like, I ain't like my father. My father was stupid trying to get that back. That's how he that's how Jake think.
That the Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
How they killed their parents and shit. Filthy lucre.
But they was adopted anyway.
Okay. From what we know, you know what I mean, that's when they killed their parents. Regardless, they still guardians.
1 Samuel 8:3, "And his sons walked not in his ways, and turned aside after lucre," which that goes into the money. You know, which that reminds me of you know, you got a lot of people put the cash app in the link Sakari. Deacon Akal was now their Genesis. They're not Sakari anymore, but you know, turning the truth into a minute, turning ministry into a market.
Cash cow.
Cash cow, you know.
Business. And And I think that's what happened with Yahushua when he came into the temple. They turned the temple into a money chain. You know?
They were cheating the people, man.
Yeah.
You know, our people do that today. Jacob's a planter. It says that. Trust not every blooder, because he will utterly supplant.
Right.
You know?
So he went in there and tore shit up, flipped over tables and made a score. Whooped they ass.
This is 1 Samuel 8 and verse 4. Then the elders of Israel gathered themselves, it says, verse 3, 1 Samuel 8 and 3. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre and took bribes and provoked judgment. And what the scriptures say, man, a gift destroyed their heart. You know, so all of these different leaders, 501c3 charters, different Israelites they rubbing shoulders with Esau, man. Which is why they're not talking about the Karama from Revelation 13. That's a major prophecy. You cannot get that wrong. You know, because if we get that wrong, if we come out here and tell you that it's sin or it's embargo, we're going to have blood on our hands. You know? Then the Most High could make us take it. You know, and that's not something you can repent from. You know?
Book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. The priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the Lord at his mouth. For his is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. Verse 8, for ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the Lord. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, save the wrong hosts.
So that goes into what? The wicked scribes, Pharisees.
That's goes with like cats like HYJT, HYJT, you know what I'm saying? What is it? GOC, whatever you call it.
GOCC,
Yeah.
HYJT. They have the circumcision. The most wicked people, the most worst niggas, man, is the niggas that know they're Israelites. You know, those the worst ones.
They causing many of our people to stumble because now they telling their people that the MOTB ain't what it is. A lot of people in the congregation don't end up taking it when they roll that thing out.
What's that part of prophecy too? Because it says if the blind lead the blind, they shall fall into a ditch. But the Lord's going to judge them too. The Lord's going to judge false prophets too. Man. Even though he might set you up to be a false prophet and, you know, you think you're just doing the right thing, the Lord's still going to judge you for that, man. 1 Samuel 8 and 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. So our people always wanted to be like the heathens. You know? Which is why today they're doing what? Voting. Idolatry.
Monkey see, monkey be.
Verse 6, but this thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. And we saw this come to pass again when Yahushua was on the king, when they actually said we have no king but Caesar. Our people are still in that spirit, man. Then they went even further and said, well, okay, let his blood be upon us. And our children, you know. So yeah, when Jacob's trouble, our people gonna get a hell of an ass whooping, man. You know, famine, pestilence, you know, so famine, pestilence, captivity, things of that nature. All those things are coming, man. Which is why we just tell people just repent. But only the elect are gonna. It's only for the elect, man. You know, and at the end of the day, all of our people are going to come back in the kingdom. They're going to all be righteous. They're going to be shamefacedness. But we just warn you of the ass whooping that's coming.
I want to know about that. When they come back in the kingdom shamefacedness, is someone's going to show them the way, kind of? Or?
Nah. Eventually, they gonna feel ashamed for a while, but eventually they'll get over it. You know, like, oh damn, man, I was going against the Lord.
They're
You know?
gonna have regrets.
So we might have the technology to actually like a hologram image playing how they was on this side, see how they used to look on this side. I'll just speak as a man.
Yeah. No, we gonna know all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying, but by I'm talking about showing them who they are.
Showing them?
Yeah. I speak as
Oh, I know what you're saying. You're trying to see if they gonna. But I think they gonna be in there once you go to once you go back up to the Father, you in your right mind. So you in your right state of mind. So I think even in the kingdom, they gonna know. They gonna know what they did. It's like we gonna know what we did.
Well, it says in Ezekiel 36 that they shall load themselves, for their sins.
Because the reason why I say that, because you know how Esau mimic everything the Most High do, right?
Yeah.
Because they got videos, you can record something back in the 80s and you got little cameras and and then you might use it for, later on you get older and show your kids and you know what I'm saying? I figured that I got that from the Most High, and the Most High might have that technology to show a hologram who you was and back then, like how many generations, 1,000 years ago, this was you right here when you was doing this, you was like this back then. Like,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd kind of be like adding salt to injury, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Showing Yohana what he was doing.
Right.
They're probably gonna already know, like, damn. Because it says some shall wait to. I'm gonna just read it.
Yeah.
This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. Daniel 12 verse 1. It says a time of trouble. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And this is going to Michael the archangel, who's second in command under Yahweh. This is not Yahweh, it's Michael the archangel. They're separate. 'Cause a lot of people want to say that Michael is Yahweh.
I heard it.
The Lord is Yahweh. They're separate beings. It says, which standeth for the children of thy people, because it's going to get bad out here, man. This devil, he has a whole Tesla, man. Elon Musk got the damn robots, which they've been had those things, and you could watch, I believe it's Total Recall from 1990 with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and just look at the technology that it shows you in the movie. The Johnny Cab self-driving vehicle. Now we got the Tesla car.
That kind of looked like the Tesla car back then, because when you was driving that taxi, when the taxis, the automatic taxi cab, it was shaped like the Tesla a little bit, like, what car that he got now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get now.
Then you got the cyber trucks and shit, self-driving police vehicles, Only thing this devil, he ain't gonna be able to go to other planets, because in that movie he talks about going to Mars, but then this nigga was making you pay for air, which if he could charge you for air, he would.
That's what the WF. I heard that on one of their meetings saying something about oxygen and CO2. Be kind of charged for that eventually.
Yeah, man. They sell it at Walmart. I just saw it a couple weeks ago. It's oxygen you can buy.
Yeah.
It's more geared towards just like for working out.
Yeah.
To give you a little extra. But
that's what this nigga do, man. He puts chemicals in the sky, in the food, and then he'll charge you for clean air. But you're the reason why the air is polluted. Factories, even these damn vehicles, man.
Smart.
That's why you say
halo over the shit.
That's why you said that. Lord said, you'll shorten the days for the elect sake, because the flesh sake, because if you let Esau continue.
Right, if Esau continue to run loose, it will look like Mars out here, man.
Right.
You will have mutants and shit. And the fallout from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, from the Fat Man, Little Man, atomic bombs. You can kind of say, well, damn, they kind of turn into mutants, because that should have affected people's DNA, the way they look for generations. So if this man were to continue to rule, then damn, humanity be screwed, man.
What's that? I think it's Russia. Is it Russia over there? What the fuck is that place? That nuclear plant exploded.
Chernobyl.
It's dangerous to go over there and in that vicinity and breathe the air. It's still radioactive over there. know what I mean? But this is the type of shit he develops to where it become unstable and fuck up the you know what I mean?
The atmosphere.
Yeah, the planet. You know?
And that's also it's written in Revelation. Woe to them that destroy the earth. Roughly paraphrasing. You know.
Yeah.
Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time, which it says the time of trouble, right? Now, when you go into I believe it's Psalms 94 and verse 20, it's talking about the wicked Esau. It says that he framed mischief by a law, right? So when you go into the word mischief, it goes into trouble. So this man he's actually writing laws, legislations, executive orders that's going to bring about Jacob's trouble. You know, it says in 2nd Ezra 16 that they're going to cast them out to your houses. They got executive orders to take everything from you, man. You know, when they need to take your home, your food, your vehicles. Going back to Mr. Cotton Swab, man, you own nothing, you will be happy. You know?
He was that guy that played it on. I think when you watch Demolition Man, you know the guy that was leader of the New World. That was Carl Swab. That was like a properties of Carl Swab. You know what I'm saying? He had on that same. Because I've seen the picture of Carl Swab with that same type of outfit he had on. You know what I'm saying? One of his pictures. You know?
Yeah, a lot of that's predictive programming, method of revelation. That's how they get down. Just like the movie, I believe it's Terminator. I'm not sure which one, but on the bridge it says 9/11. There was a lot of 9/11 symbolism. The Simpsons, he holds up a newspaper, it says 9. Then the Twin Towers make the 11. But they were alluding to that great destruction, man. You know.
Even in I know you probably show Barney Miller, the cop TV show. They was talking about that back then. New World Order stuff and all that on there. You can go up on YouTube and type it up, Barney Miller, talking about that New World Order. Breaking it down, all the stuff that's going on right now.
I remember there was a show called Gargoyles, about the
Gargoyles,
demonic statues that be on the buildings and shit. I think it was like a cartoon, but in that cartoon they was talking about New World Order, microchips, camps.
They have Illuminati on there. That's my show right there.
You know? It's Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, the Israelites. The thy people are the Israelites, man, because the only ones that's going to be protected are the elect of our nation, okay? And that's why it's written in Wisdom of Solomon 5 that he shall be amazed for the strangeness of thy salvation. You know, because nobody else is going to be being protected, but they are going to see the Israelites being protected, and that's why it says in Esdras that the heathens shall envy thee, but they're not gonna be able to do nothing against thee. Like, damn, how these niggas joyful, they eating, you know, they still look, you know, nothing's beautiful, nothing's bothering them. You know, their children are okay, but that's the divine miracles, man. Because even though great judgment is gonna come, also great miracles and miraculous events are gonna come too. It's gonna balance out, you know. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. It goes into Jacob's trouble, you know. But Jacob's trouble is going to transpire into Edomite trouble, Ishmael trouble, Moabite trouble. It's going to correspond to trouble for everybody, especially in this country, you know.
It talks about that cup. You should surely drink of it. Give unto her double.
Drags them. Good of it.
And all that shit.
You hold somebody, like drink all this.
All the medicine. No, they don't want the medicine, spitting it out. You gotta hold and make them drink it.
Drink it.
You know?
Put a funnel in their mouth.
That's what he did us on the Middle Passage, man.
Yeah.
Jake wouldn't eat. He'd break your teeth out, put a funnel, and feed slop down your mouth, man.
It shows you that in that movie with the brother that got persecuted for making that movie.
I know. Damn. I think you just said it, right? That's the name of it. Okay. There's another one too.
Roots, I think they showed that too.
Roots. I believe it's Goodbye Uncle Tom. I think that's like the main. That really gets like, You know what I'm saying? The shit Esau did, but he don't want to talk about. That movie shows it. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time, because this time it's gonna be no day like it. It's never gonna be like it again. Okay? Because once the elect get delivered, and they come down with the new bodies, you know, that's when we're gonna say, okay, we're in a new covenant, because we're gonna have new bodies.
I was studying that yesterday. New covenant, man. I don't know how they say they in the new covenant. It's
No,
clearly
it's
telling you
clear.
right there. Like the Hebrews 8:8, Jeremiah, I think, chapter what?
31.
131. Yeah.
The fact that we're out here teaching right now cuts that, man.
Cuts that.
Because we gotta come out, we gotta say, hey, you're an Israelite, repent. The name is not Jesus, it's Yahweh Shai. It's not Yahweh, it's Yahweh.
Right.
We're teaching.
And that's what it said. We should not teach one man
I was about to
to
say that.
another.
No.
So the fact that we're out here teaching cuts that whole new covenant shit, man.
Right.
I was trying to get that.
And then you get sick, your children get sick and shit, you get all frustrated like, damn, man, they're always getting sick. We're not gonna get sick under the new covenant. You get sorrowful, you might even cry sometimes, man, because you're in so much pain here mentally.
People who bring that out and they start here teaching, man, they kind of contradict the scriptures right there. You in the new covenant, you won't be all on how we the Bible.
Right. You wouldn't have to teach. Which that's probably what it is. It's probably just a cop out so they could stop teaching. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, just like it says in Jeremiah. But he shall be saved out of it, right? He goes into the elect. So when the shit hits the fan, when the enemy comes in like a flood, that's when we're gonna be delivered. Now, mind you, some of us may be thrown into prison. The devil shall cast some of you into prison. Some of us may be beheaded, but that's still, even with that, you're gonna receive exactly, because you're gonna receive a crown of life. You're gonna be on the chariot first, man. Daniel 12, finishing off, it says, every one that shall be found written in the book, and that's that book of life. That's what we want, man. We want to be written in the book of life. We don't want to be judged with this world. Verse 2, it says, and many of them that sleep and the dust of the earth shall awake, and that goes into the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. So the men that passed on in this thing, Most High, it's nothing for the Most High to raise them up, man. Right. Look how the Lord raised up Lazarus. It says some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So the elect, of course, gonna have everlasting life. They're gonna be like, elites of the kingdom. Just like right now, you got the 1%, the elites. That's the elect in the kingdom, man. And then you got your regular citizens. That's 2/3.
Millionaires of the kingdom.
Yep.
Well, we gonna be the celebrity. Like you
Exactly.
got your Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean?
There you go. There
You know
you
what
go.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Voila.
Because you gotta look at great men like Moses. Imagine meeting Moses.
Right.
Yo, that's Moses.
Or
bro.
Abraham.
That's Abraham. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it says that too. They shall sit down with Abraham.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrased.
Yup. You're gonna be able to ask questions like, yo, how was that? Like, what was that like? You know what I'm saying? Going through, you know what I mean? The Red Sea and all that. Like, that's crazy. Like, that was dope, yo. When you did that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you set the pestilence on them with the frogs and the blood, like, yo, that was crazy.
Especially talking King David,
Right. Talking about his mighty man.
Right.
Benaniah, where he at?
Right.
Bro, that's wild.
Solomon.
Dang, bro.
Hey, scripture says, man, the pure in heart shall see Yahweh.
That along with being crowned. You know how they do it, I guess when you even with the samurai ninja, I think on Bloodsport they showed you when you get king, When they crown you, I think they'll put the sword over your shoulders like that,
Yeah.
and they'll crown you.
I believe they get that from, well, that's the samurai were Jake too,
Yeah.
but I believe it actually goes back to Europe with the knights.
Knights.
Evil.
Yeah.
Knights,
Yeah.
It's called being knighted.
Yeah, knighted, yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's our history.
No, but that's nobility. That comes from us. We were the first, you know what I mean, ruling kings over there.
Because Jake always had that sort of regalness about him, that ruling class, which we lost it, you know, but that goes back to us, kings, monarchs, you know.
See, so he's an imperial heart with every house. Oh man.
I actually get that. If you can find it, I
I'm
believe
sure.
it. Oh, you got the phone?
Yeah.
Can you look it up?
You look up.
Can you look up I shall get them fame and praise? I believe it's in Zephaniah. I'm looking for it right now. Oh, I found it. I got it. This is Zephaniah 3 and 17. Actually, I'm gonna start at Zephaniah 3 and 14. It says, "Sing, O daughter of Zion! Shout, O Israel! Be glad and rejoice with all thine heart, O daughter of Jerusalem." Because that's how we're gonna be, man, when we actually finally get out of this fucking nightmare. You know, I believe it's written in Psalms. It says, "When I turn again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, they shall be like them who dream." So imagine you being woke up from a bad dream. Like, damn, I had to go to work and shit. 50, 60 hours a week. Had demonic ass woman fucking with me. Wicked ass neighborhood, all this shit, man.
Niggas on the block hustling.
You know?
Doing dumb shit.
I don't know if this is with Matthew 5 and 8.
Yeah,
This is the book of Matthew 5 and 8, and it says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh while Yahweh shines."
see, the pure in heart, man. Actually gonna see the Most High. You know,
Crazy.
that's amazing.
I know he's big too. Big, like you know how they always show a picture of him outside the universe, and he's got the globe in his hand. Like he probably, I think that's why he said we look like
Grasshopper.
grasshoppers. So that's how big.
He also said, "Well, the earth is my footstool."
Footstool.
Man.
But he's the father of souls. So, you know what I mean? The ancient of days. Oh, man.
Zephaniah 3 and 14. "Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, taketh away thy judgment." So the Most High gonna take us out of this place. He's right now, the curses are being taken off us and put on Esau ass, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. You know, the other day, because right now, what do you see on the throughway? Edomites begging for money. But some of them could be Jakes, but a lot of them are not. Esau's fucked up now, man. A lot of them are off the Fetty, you know. Drive around town, you see motherfuckers leaning to the side. They be Edomites, man.
Just like back in the summer, I was coming home from work. I was seeing Edomite. He was like in the 60s, but you could tell he was wealthy, but he was homeless, begging for money. But you know what I'm saying? But he still had clean clothes. And he was out there begging. So I'm like, yo, he's straight out the suburbs, man. He was right out here.
Mosai's taking Mosai's taking everything away from Esau, man. His wisdom, his wealth, his ruling class mentality, that spirit.
Yep.
Now Jake got that spirit, man. You know, spirit of what? Fuck you up. You know, like that Jake in the airport. I believe it's, you know, he said, "Let's step outside," but he didn't know that man was a boxer. He said, "What's up? Let's do it." You know.
Jake was a boxer?
Yeah, he asked him to step. He said, "Well, we can step outside." You know, Esau.
Yeah.
But when Jake is in that spirit that he's ready to go to war, that's when Esau backed down, man. But that's the Most High rousing up Jake. This is Jeremiah. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. It says, and the Lord thy power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So that goes into being smitten with madness. That goes into all the plagues our people be getting, you know, like high blood pressure, sickle cell. They get certain plagues and they can't get rid of them that these other nations don't get, you know. Now they're gonna start to get them. You know, the fact of our woman being against us. Now Esau's woman is against him. All these Edomite women, they want the Israelite man. The Moabite woman, they want the Israelite man. You know?
But they say they like one of the older brothers saying that. They said they got a sense of power about to get ready to exchange hands. The women got that sense. You know what I'm saying? They know somebody about to come up and who's going down, so they jumping on it, you know. Have you seen that one when the Eve chick was on there saying apologizing to the black man?
Yeah.
She's crying and all that.
That's another Eve. She was talking about some, well, if they don't vote for Kamala, they want to vote for Trump, fuck them.
Yeah.
The enemy. You know? So that same spirit of hatred between brother and the Egyptian against Egyptian. Both sides gonna put an evil eye between Esau and Esau. You know, a red state, blue state, you know?
Kind of American.
Right, what kind of American are you? This is Zephaniah 3 and 15. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai had taken away thy judgments. He had cast out thy enemy, and Esau gonna be cast out through nuclear destruction. All right. Then the Edomites that don't perish, they're gonna go into slavery first. You know. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt see evil no more. It's not going to be any more evil like that video you sent, man. It says thy days of mourning shall be ended. So there's going to be no more mourning, no more tears, no more complaining, no more my back hurt, my knees hurt. I got asthma, I can't see, I got to wear glasses. You know, I can't see my children, my woman commit adultery. No more evil, you know? No more Esau.
First day of the kingdom, I'm probably chilling in my mansion for that day. Like,
burning incense, sipping yayan.
You know, walking around, looking out. I'm like,
he always try to say he ain't gonna sip till he get in the kingdom with us, man.
I call y'all brothers, I'm like, we can really hear it. This is a dream. I'm
right.
like, this is a bad dream for him playing the cool joke.
Right. Man.
You know how something's so good, you just can't believe it. Like, you still try to accept it. Like, you know?
He said that, said he that endureth unto the end shall inherit all good things, man. You know? Crazy. Zephaniah 3 and 16. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not, this is part of the gospel, good news. And to Zion, let not thy hands be slack. The Lord thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. So during the destruction of this place, the chariots are going to rebuild themselves, man. That's why it says, as birds flying shall the Most High defend Jerusalem. You know? 18. It says, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly. And the Lord is nigh unto a contrite spirit, unto the brokenhearted, man. You know, the members only, but that's the elect. Because we're the only members that are sighing and crying. All the abominations, man. Going to that word, I believe it goes into complaining. Constantly praying to the Lord. You know, to get us out of here.
The members going into different parts of the body.
Exactly.
One body.
Exactly. The church,
right.
Which goes into the bride. And who are we waiting for? The bridegroom. You know? And that's why the Lord said, man, give them no rest. They make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Right. It's that song, give them hell. Give them hell.
said in Isaiah. This is Isaiah 62 and verse 6. Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. And that's the elect, right? The prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the men that are constantly pushing the videos throughout the week, you know, the highways and hedges. There's always a video. There's always a new lesson going up. You know, some of them you don't get to see, you know, but there's brothers out here. There may be brothers out who can't upload their videos. They may not have a phone or camera, but it's still in their spirit to go out. Because it says, what? Prophesy unto the wind. You know, but the point is that the elect are not giving the Most High any rest. You know? I'll read it again. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold thy peace day nor night. And day or night you can get on the YouTube and watch the videos. You know? It says, ye that make mention of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, keep not silence, because we're not in the time to keep silent. We're under attack. So if you're under attack, or we're likened unto that damsel that's trying to be, Esau's trying to grab us up. You know, so what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to cry out. Because if you don't cry out, then you'll be guilty.
With the shit.
You know? It says, and give him no rest till he establish and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we're not giving him no rest, man. You know, so it says pray without ceasing. Back in Zephaniah 3 and 18. Conduct. That's Jake though. He said we're conduct forever, but that's our people. You know, that's why the Lord.
Quick. Silly. Oh, scared to do something, don't do it.
Zephaniah 3 and 19 says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. So it's talking about Israel. We were halted. We were driven out. Right now we're still being afflicted. You know, but there's getting ready to be a trading of places. You know? And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they've been put to shame. So right now we've been put to shame. It's been told unto us we're not the Most High's people. But what we're finding out, that this man's a damn liar. You know, everything we have been taught is a lie. You know, from the time we came out the womb, we've been shot up with all type of shots, lied. All right, you go into pre-K, lied, kindergarten, 1st grade through 12th grade, college, all lies. You know, he didn't teach us about the medieval times, the Moors, the rulership that we had. You know, how he the Romans, we're the Jews. You know. It says, Zephaniah 3 and 19, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gathered her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they ain't been put to shame. So that's going to change though, man. Right now we're being mockery, you know, food for Yahweh's sake. People think we're wasting their lives. They just pass by, talk their shit, which is good, you know, because we're out there warning for our people, but instead of we stretched out the hand, no man regarded. So we want to mock. So now the Most High's going to mock when your calamity comes. You know. Verse 20. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahweh Shem Shai. Meaning we're going to see it. It says before your eyes, we're going to actually see the trading places, man. We're going to see Esau coming down and us rising up. You know? This is Second Esdras chapter 6 at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed? Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So that whole thing was spiritual. Symbolism. You know? That was letting you know that Jacob's going to be the one to take down Esau.
Future prophecy.
You know? Through what? Through Yahweh Shai. But then also through the elect with spiritual power. You know? Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So his world is ending, but that don't mean it's the end for us. You know? And we could clearly see that this place is ending, man. You know, even if Mr. 45 get in there, you got Elon Musk saying that it's going to be economic turmoil. You know, if you want to bring that article out.
Yeah.
You know?
There's what multiple meanings for the word world.
Cosmos, Archimedes,
Eon.
and Eon. You know?
So that world there doesn't mean the whole entire planet Earth.
Well, shit, the world of New York is different from Sin City, Las Vegas.
Right.
Where you get gamble, you get, you know, do all type of illegal shit, prostitutes.
Right.
So you just go to a different state, man. You're in a different world.
Right.
The slang is different. The food is different. The accent is different.
Right. City of Angels.
You know?
LA. That's different. That's Blood Crip. All the gangs you think about.
You can't even wear certain hats. You think
Right.
you're just wearing a hat. Well, I like the 49ers.
Yeah.
That's you representing the whole game. You're in the
Right.
wrong territory, and now you're getting shot at.
Right. I heard that they even got like hats that's like stated for New York over there that's different colors. If you wear it, it means some shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck? That's
They
crazy.
got like, what you go, they got like warning signs throughout the whole thing. Where like people were warning about wearing certain colors or using colors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta wear all white or bland colors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You out of town.
That's a whole different world, man. Well, it's called the Wild Wild West. You know, the East Coast is not like the West Coast, man. It's a different world.
The Midwest.
You know, and
South.
that's inside the same country.
Right.
You know.
Right. So this is the End Times Headlines website, and they have here titled Elon Musk predicts hardship, economic turmoil, and a stock market crash if Trump wins.
Right. Well, this is the same guy who had on a Baphomet costume, and he's predicting that there will be no jobs in the future because AI is going to be no need for you to work a job. It's all going to be AI, artificial intelligence. All right, all automated. So what are the people going to do? They're going to put you on a universal high income. You know, you might say basic income. Really, they're going to give you just enough you need to get
Right.
food, put a roof over your head. But in order for you to get that universal high income, you're going to have to accept the charagma from this man.
Right.
You know, so that's what they want.
Like the coin saying.
Because that's going to entice people because you think people ain't tired of working and then they ain't working for shit.
Right.
So you mean tell me I don't have to work and I can get like $3,000 a month to pay my bills?
Right.
People going to jump on that, man, especially
Yeah.
women.
But like you said, the coin saying from Charles Schwab, you will have nothing and be happy. That means you're not going to be able to like fill your house up with merchandise. That's why people have resorted to tiny homes. They're getting rid of all the material stuff, and really you don't need that stuff to be happy. It's just the stuff that's pumped out to you through these commercials. The ads, the children want this, the neighbors got that.
Right, the Google
that.
Home, the Alexa, the smart TV.
Yeah.
Every year you need the new iPhone.
The latest, greatest. You don't need that
new
shit.
gaming system.
Yeah.
New.
That's the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? All you need is food and water.
But
and
then
shelter.
all that technology is keeping tabs on your ass, man.
Right.
You know, you got Google Home in your home. That shit is recording you. Alexa, your cell phone, your laptop. You know, I remember years ago, you had there was a saying where you put black tape over the lens so it don't record you. The shit is recording you anyway.
Yeah.
You take the battery out your phone, the shit is still recording you. You know, that's where we at. You know,
Ring cameras.
right? Which this is all a lot of this is old technology. That's why when you go back to movies like Total Recall 1990, you see the shit. You see flat screens in the walls and shit. Because
Saying the Xbox is recording too.
the elites been had that.
Yeah.
Now they're releasing it to you. And now another thing, when you break down the word smart, it's actually a military term. It's an acronym.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it means, you know, if you want to look it up. But it goes into a military term, man.
Right.
Because this is what? Military technology. The highway, that shit is made for the military. Why you think they got police precincts, the fucking sheriff, you know, that's all off what? The highways, man. Because that's made for them. And what are they doing? They're militarizing the police.
Yeah.
You know, that's why in every movie about the apocalypse, you can't just hop on the highway because the cars are blocking the shit, man.
You want me to look up
The definition of smart.
smart? Definition of smart.
It's a military acronym. Type that in too. Put military acronym.
Give me military acronym.
Keep going.
Well, going on with the article, it says opinion. The word bombshell has been so grossly overused for so long that it is guaranteed to make anyone's eyes roll. But what other word fits? With just a week until the presidential election,
Right.
Donald Trump.
Which now we're on what, 2 days or Tuesday, November 5th, right?
Right.
You know, which it might be postponed, and you can probably expect another attack over there in the Middle East. You know,
It says Donald Trump's close ally and major economic advisor, Elon Musk, is warning supporters to expect economic chaos, a crashing stock market, and financial hardship, albeit temporary, if Trump wins.
right? And another thing that's going on is the retail apocalypse, which that's been happening since what, 2016, 2017. You got Wendy's closing, you know, different fast food restaurants are closing down, but that shows you the state of this economy, man. It's true, you know.
And it says, it sounds so extreme that Trump fans must either wonder why he had been so foolish as to say the silent part out loud, or maybe hope that the whole story is made up, fake news.
Which they could set him up to be the fall guy, like that. Because on the episode of The Simpsons, which you have Kamala Harris dressed up like Lisa as an adult president, right, with the purple and the necklace, and they showed Trump in the casket. They might have another attempt on that man, you know, on his livelihood. You know what I'm saying, like that. Because in the episode they had one in the casket, and then they had Lisa, you know, who's Kamala Harris was dressed up as Lisa. What did she say? She said we inherited a ton of debt from Trump.
Right.
You know, so that's interesting, man.
And it says, but it's very real, billionaire Musk, Trump's would-be budget cutting and government efficiency czar, also says there will be no special cases and no exceptions when he starts slashing federal spending after Trump takes office.
That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what they're telling you is that no matter who gets in, you know, people think, well, if he gets in, it's gonna make the situation better.
Right.
You know, Because right now people are experiencing inflation. They're actually feeling the weight of the increase in food, the price of rent, cost of economic hardships. People are actually being crushed under the weight of economic hardship. But that really ain't shit, you know, because in Revelation it tells you that it's going to take a day's pay for a loaf of bread.
Famine.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's your whole, you know, you might, if you're lucky, you might make about $200, $150 a day. That's your whole, whatever you made in that day is going on food.
Right.
And most people, you don't get paid every day. Some people get paid bi-weekly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because right now, the majority, I forgot how much they say, I think it's 60% of people's paycheck is going towards their rent.
Towards their rent. But then they're not taking account for heating, gas and electric, right? What are we entering? The cold months. You know, so there was all these hurricanes. You can expect a very harsh winter. Cold ass winter, man. You don't want to be without power in the winter. Especially you got children.
Well, it kind of dawned on me. I was just thinking about how all these hurricanes and tornadoes and shit is happening in these like like in these oddities like city rural areas. But I think that's going to cause Esau to have to come back into the city because he thinks he's going to escape judgment too by being out there in the woods. So it's going to push a lot of them to have to come back into these urban areas.
Well, that's going to be their judgment because it tells you that in they that come into the city going to perish of famine or pestilence or sword. You know, that's talking about what martial law, Egyptian against Egyptian, racial tension, wherever it may be.
Because you can notice when those evacuation orders happen, you see a lot of out-of-town plates, especially coming up from like North Carolina when this last hurricane hit there, Helene. A lot of those cars and shit, them people was from like North Carolina, Florida, you know, people that lived in these cities of like upstate New York come back.
They got displaced because they lost everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they can't live there. Winter coming, you know, they gotta rebuild. They gotta wait till some houses get rebuilt. If they get rebuilt.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. So what is it talking about? Measures going into what? A portion of food, a ration, which in the coming days food will be rationed. You know, and when you go into the word penny in the Greek, it's the denarion, which goes into a day's wages. With the denarion, it was a Roman silver coin that could get you 10 asses, which you could purchase 10 donkeys with this one Roman coin. But then it became to the point where it got so valuable you could get 16 asses. So that was a hell of a wage. Just think about, you got some land, what you can do with 16 asses. You're doing pretty good.
I don't know if that goes into the Spanish language, but dinero could be short for denarion.
Yep, goes back to that Latin. Says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. So in order to get shit you need, which that goes into hyperinflation, it's gonna cause the whole day's wages. And see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine, because that goes into the truth. Oil and the wine talks about, you know, teaching the truth, because the truth's gonna still have to be pushed until the elect is sealed. Because once the elect is sealed, that's when the destruction is gonna get let loose. You know what I'm saying? Not before. This is Jeremiah 51. verse 1. It reads, a destroying wind. Verse 1. It says, a destroying wind. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. And to get a perfect visual of that, you can watch, if you have Amazon Prime, just watch the first episode, Fall Off. It shows you that destroying wind of the new impact hitting, everybody running to get in bunkers and shit. It also shows you that Jake was all buddy-buddy with Esau. When he tried to get in the bunker with Esau, Esau punched his ass in the face and left him to get nuked. You know, showing you never trust your dying enemy.
So you got any own movie?
You know?
Shot wave. Come on,
Seen it on with brother Manatazak Bart there, the lesson on the nuclear. Pretty good lesson. He's going, he was showing you the AI anime, you know what I'm saying?
Simulation.
Simulation of it.
Yeah, because you do have nations doing that, especially God given the bear. You know, they're notorious. They're talking big shit, man. They're saying if you put these missiles and let Ukraine attack us, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? But that's spiritual too, because that's a big part of how this place is going to end through the bear. So when you go to Revelation 13, it says, and the end of it was like unto a bear. Repeat of it, you know. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. So all the burning of the ballot boxes, racial tension. You know, what Elon Musk is saying on Twitter, all that shit is fanning the fire of the destruction of this place.
Agent provocateur.
Yep. That shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And that's who shall be against her? All nations that possess nuclear capability. All these nations are now beating their plowshares and pruning hooks into swords. You know?
Yeah, they just said North Korea just created the biggest bomb ever, missile ever. But then critics are saying, well, it's too heavy to actually take flight. And we're going to find out.
Yeah, they downplay a lot of things these nations are doing. Because right now, those North Koreans, they're over there with the bear, fighting Ukrainians. You know? Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And that's talking about the nuclear missile. Because Esau, he's the one that been making fire come down from heaven. He's the one that been dropping bombs on people.
Made the earth the trump.
You know, because his blessing is a sword. And against him that lifted up himself in his brigandine, and spare ye not of young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Meaning everybody who's over here, man. If the Lord ain't slate you to get delivered, you're gonna be destroyed here. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Verse 5. For Israel had not been forsaken, right? And when you go to Isaiah 14, the Lord says, I will have mercy on Israel, and I will yet choose Jacob. You know? Nor Judah of his power. That goes into the northern kingdom, the Spanish-speaking tribe, Latin brothers, and the southern kingdom, natives, Seminole Indians. You know? Got them?
Yep. Book of Job, chapter 20, where we start at.
Oh, that's a dope chapter, man.
Start at 21. Book of Job, chapter 20, verse 21. Then shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Verse 22. In this fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
The straits goes into a position of difficulty. The fullness of his sufficiency is talking about what? His new world order. You know, because he's gonna get a lot of people to bow down, because it goes back to Antiochus tried to do it. All people should be one, but now they should leave the laws and customs of their land. World Economic Forum, World Health Organization. You know, so now he wants all the world to take this Haradma. You know,
All.
Verse 22.
You're right. He calls it all, both small and great. You know.
Verse 22. In his fullness, his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
When you go into that word wicked, it goes into laborer or sufferer, which that links up with James. How ye rich men, you know.
When he is about to fill his belly, Jehovah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Right, when he's about to fill his belly, when he's think he's going to fully accomplish his new world order, that's when his ass going to be destroyed. You know.
And his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon.
That's the missiles. Where he's going to flee underground basis. They're going to dig into hell, right? That's why it says in Amos, though they dig into hell, I shall command the serpent to bite them. That's talking about Leviathan, you know. Or if they hide in the clefts of the rocks, he's going to let the elect get them. Because right now we're fishing, but Lord willing, we're all likely going to be made hunters. And they shall what? They shall hunt them, you know.
And the bow of steel should strike him through.
I mean, he ain't gonna avoid it, because what? You had the Iron Dome, which is little Satan, you know, small little hats, missile defense system is not working. Persians, man, they shot hundreds of missiles over there. That shit didn't stop it. That's why it says the bow of steel shall strike him through, because that missile defense system is not going to work. You know?
It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glitterous sword cometh out of his gold.
So if you just watch a nuke get shot from a silo, you know that's that scripture.
And terror are upon him, and all darkness shall be hid in his secret places.
Right, it's this domes, deep underground military bases, you know, wherever he's hiding. Which right now you have a lot of wealthy people still leaving this place. If they got the money, people are leaving. Because people know shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah, they just did a thing on Idris Elba. He just got kingship in one of them African countries. I forget which one it was, but he got plans to move over somewhere in Africa to start a film company. So he said he's gonna eventually, like, it'll be a 5-year thing where he'll try to get it, you know what I mean, where he can move everything over there.
In the secret places, a fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
Back in Jeremiah 51:5, for Israel had not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. So even though we went all, and the Most High put us in the lowest state, you know, we lost our language, our nationality, our heritage. Now that's being given back unto us. Now the elect is being raised up, which goes into the valley of dry bones. So now we're getting the breath, the skin, the sinews, you know, and soon to be the new covenant with the new bodies. And then a joint heir with Yahushua and then the earth. You know, so we're totally being built up, man. That's why it says I shall set them together before their eyes. You know? Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. We're not telling you to leave the country.
America,
But
literally.
spiritually you do got to come out of the ways of this place, man.
Right.
Because it's polluted. You know?
Holidays.
But it was like Isaiah 36:6 said, when you lean on it, you know, I keep going out for help. When you lean on it, they should
Things you do.
Broken reed, fix the hand.
That goes into getting that down with Rodman. That's exactly what he saw.
It's talking about, yo.
You know?
I have Google a broken reed. They do look like that palisade too. That needle, yo.
Yeah.
Broken one, got that filter, like that bamboo.
It's a point.
Point, yo.
You have to make anything sharp, you gotta create a point on it.
Yep.
But the needle itself, it has an inner tube to it, so you still have to have it where it can go in. If you have to lock one side off, it causes that point, that prick.
It's electronic all to make you what? A perpetual servant to Esau, man. You know? It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. We live in the day of the vengeance, man. 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, right? Going around causing the reign of terror. That's what they're doing over there in the Middle East, man. This devil, he think he's going to accomplish the Abrahamic covenant, right? Which when you read Genesis 15:18, the Lord told Abraham, I'm going to give you from the Nile of Egypt up until the Euphrates, man. And what are they calling that? The greater, greater Holy Land. So he's over there terrorizing those nations, trying to bring that about. But all he's doing is uniting those nations against him, bringing about prophecy. Because now he has to fight 7 different wars on 7 different fronts. And you got Sleepy Creepy threatening that we're not going to send you aid anymore, which is bullshit. Because the prophecy says that the least going to draw them out.
Isn't that going to scripture says people be made small amongst the nations?
Greatly despised.
All right, that's Amalek.
Yep.
Even his own people hate. That's why some people get confused about that. They say how they Edomites been, and they're gonna be small amongst the nations. And so that just talking about them fake news over there. It's not talking about all Esau. I see even if that's going into their own people hating them too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those Amaleks, they call the people over here Esau. So they're actually saying, they actually believe the whites over here are Esau. And then you have the Edomites over here saying, no, they're Esau.
They call them Goyim.
Yep.
They call everybody that's outside of Israel Goyim. Which is food.
Which is Goyim. Which goes into heathen, stranger.
Yeah.
You just, nothing. Nothing to them. Babylon 51:7. It's lucky. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So he's made all the earth drunken, man, with his technology, transhumanism, democracy, religion, Christianity, Catholicism, Mormonism,
The image.
the image.
Saying that this is America the Great, the American Dream.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So they drunk that shit, but now they literally pissed off.
Yeah. What they call it, buyer's remorse.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I bought some junk off of Temu. What the fuck?
Jeremiah 51:8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. And so their form of balm is what? Putting a new president in. When you don't like the legislation, what's happening in the country, you get a new president. So that's their form of balm in order to heal this place. But that's not going to work. The country is trillions of dollars. It's nothing Trump can do if he gets in there. It's nothing Kamala could do. And if she get her ass in there, the other nations are. If she get in there, the other nations are not going to respect this place, man. They're not going to talk to her.
Gonna really turn up.
You think they're going to deal with a woman? Hell no, man. They're not going to have that shit. So you have everybody's watching this, what's going on in this country, man. All eyes are on what? The Middle East, Little Satan and Big Satan. Pretty much. Little Joker, Big Joker. Jeremiah 51:8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one into his own country. So pretty much everybody's going to leave. I did a lesson. You had this Moabite woman. She was going in on Kamala, but she was a Trump supporter. But she was a Chinese woman. Her is going to go to her home country. But, oh shit, this ain't working. It's best if I just go back home and deal with the CCP.
Xenophobia. A lot of them is kicking out foreigners too. So they not only gonna go back, they gonna kick out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with Jakes.
Yeah.
Says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for our judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even unto the skies. I'll end it there. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and say shalom to the elect.
Shalom.